Hello, this is PG. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Diablo 4. The game is available on PC and all major consoles. Diablo 4 is an online-only action role-playing dungeon crawler developed by Blizzard Entertainment. You play as a protagonist on a journey to fight various demons across a vast fantasy world. Okay, gameplay. Well, you start by selecting one of 5 different classes. You can also edit your character's visual appearance to an extent. So what do you actually do in Diablo 4? Well, you explore the open world or dark dungeons. As you do this, you'll fight endless foes. You'll kill them. You'll hoover up all of the loot they've dropped. You'll level up your character, assign new moves as you do so, and repeat that process over and over and over again. It is very repetitive. As any Diablo fan will tell you, it does not get tedious somehow. The amount of loot is quite frankly ridiculous, with more weapons that I could name, whether you're a melee, ranged or magic fan. The thing that helps the variety, I'd say, is the customizable move options. The skill tree, it gives you these options, then you assign the moves to a button, go off, kill 10,000 goblins before breakfast. The skill tree though, I would say, is poorly designed. It's very muddled, it's very confusing. You can't really see what you really want to see. It's another example of a skill tree that, it works, but it doesn't work because it's not user friendly, it's not clear and concise. Previous Diablo games did it much better. Now in terms of story, I'd say it's slightly more grounded than previous games, but I've never found the narrative in the Diablo games to be very interesting or to be very good. You kill everything until the credits roll and then hoover up the loot and then you do the post-game content. Now the game's set in an open world, it's vast, it's split into different regions that are dictated by level difficulty. You can take them on at your own pace, but I'd say it can be quite an ordeal to get around. It is open world, but it's not really, it's like tunnels. It's an open world with lots of corridors, and getting from one place to another is like, you have to refer to the map about 17 times, and if you haven't got a horse, well, good luck. So far you'd say probably sounds about right, sounds pretty good, right? Well, let's talk about performance. It's online only, and this does nothing at all for the quality of the game. On the contrary, it just causes problems. I got kicked out of my own game many times. The slowdown was really also quite laughable, and I felt like I was playing Fortnite on a dial-up at times. Bloody awful. It really ruins immersion. And it's a choice that compromises the enjoyment of what should have been a really fun game. But you would think over time the developers would iron these issues out. Well, wrong, they haven't. It seems like the more time that passes, the worse the performance gets. It really is a massive downgrade from Diablo 3, and I cannot understand why they thought online only would actually, what would it achieve? The only thing it achieves is it ruins any immersion. Other annoying things, you need to create a Battle.net account if you even want to play the game. Why? Because then they can track you, find all your personal information and sell it on, because they haven't made enough money with £80 for the game. And let's not even talk about the monetization. No, let's talk about the monetization, alright? Crikey. DLC, very overpriced. So much virtual currency. I thought I was playing a free game. I'm like, did I get this for free? Oh no, I didn't. I paid actually quite a lot of money for it. And I still have to buy virtual currency to buy crap, frankly, that I don't even know what the point of it is. And there's battle passes as well. Goodness me. One positive is that there is a couch co-op mode, but sadly I was never really able to play it in the first few weeks because there was just updates and the online performance was causing problems, and it just really, couch co-op's the best way to play it, but even then I found it quite tedious. Now let's go back to the game world. Now the game world, like I said before, is an open world. It's free to explore in your own pace, but it is like a maze. But it is also, I'd say structurally, the game really lacks direction because you can kind of take it on in any order, which is great. But it's also a terrible decision because then the game has no sort of concise narrative structure and it all feels like you're playing a free-to-play online game. The story's pretty forgettable. The bosses are just bullet sponges who just have health bars the size of, oh my god, it's ridiculous. The amount of time it takes, they're not even hard. You just have to keep hitting them about 4 billion times. And the real disappointment is that when the game performs well and it's good, it's actually really, really good. But those moments are so few and far between, and it's such a bloated, over kind of thought out process of trying to monetize you that I just thought, I love Diablo 1, 2, 3. This is the first Diablo I played where I really got bored quite quickly, and that is not a good thing, by the way. Anyway, visuals. Standard fare, neither looking particularly groundbreaking or bad at the same time. Middle of the road. I'd say the menus and the interface were good, easy to navigate, simple. The sound does a good job, nice music. Voice acting was okay, although a lot of the actors were like northern. You couldn't even understand what the hell they were bloody saying. Anyway, good and bad points. What's good? Hack and slash gameplay is very addictive. The moveset customization makes for a varied gameplay experience, and it's a vast game with plenty to do, aside from endgame content that's actually worth it. Bad points, the game is online only, which almost ruined the entire game for me. The in-game performance is bloody awful, and it is very repetitive, over-monetized, bloated game world, and it just felt like a massive downgrade from Diablo 3. Okay, verdict. Diablo 4 is as entertaining and addictive as it is greedy, poorly finished, and tedious. I love Diablo as a series, and I was really looking forward to this one, but a combination of poor design, technical issues, and long-winded segments made it a chore rather than a pleasure. So all in all, I wouldn't recommend it. Go for Diablo 2 or 3 if you want a game like this, or even, Warhammer Chaos Bane. That's better than this. Because sadly, Diablo 4 is yet another lackluster entry into the AAA gaming scene. Save your money, get something else. Scoring, what would I give it? I'd give Diablo 4, 7 out of 10 is a recommendation and I can't recommend it. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10 because that's about all it's worth. It's amazing how you can take Diablo 3, which was an incredibly good game, and manage to make so many aspects of that worse in a sequel. It's quite an achievement. I think they should get an award just for that. But anyway, that's the review. Thank you for watching. This is PG signing off. Cheers.